In part 1 of this sequel, I told you about my rational thoughts, whether to go to Barbados or not, and I made my decision. But after that, I had a really hard time to cope with my emotions of this decision. And today, I'm gonna feature right that process, how I came over it and how I finally managed to say, yes, I'm doing it.
Alex goes Barbados!
Barbados for real.
As a behavioral therapist, I tell the people that our rational thoughts are created in our head and they must match our feelings that are created and sit in our stomach, in our guts. And for that reason, we have our connection with the throat. When we have rational, proven thoughts that we swallow and they taste good, then they're matching our feelings and we get a warm feeling in our guts. In my case, I was pretty sure that my rational thoughts about Barbados or not were proven and I can cope with them. But in my stomach there was a feeling of pressure. My heart was beating because I didn't really match my thoughts. And that pressure rose until it was choking my throat. Am I ready to leave my family, my house, and the country I was born? What if I won't succeed in Barbados and can't find a job? The inner pressure rose up to a nearly disruptive level in spring 2025. I had the feeling like I would sit in a car, the hands off the steering wheel, while driving at high speed into an intersection. A T-shaped intersection where only two ways are possible. One into Barbados, with all the consequences of leaving home and family, applying for a new job and starting a new life. And the other way is to stay here in Germany, letting go of Barbados forever and deleting my thoughts about that idea. Staying here, staying with my family, staying here at my office until my retirement. There is no further option. Not making a decision means crashing into the ditch at the other side of the intersection. Stopping the car, not possible. I had to get my hands back onto the steer and make a decision. Fast. Left or right. You might ask whether I can't help myself, as I always emphasize that I'm a therapist. Well, here's the question. Is a dentist able to drill his own teeth? So I needed help from another therapist or coach. And as a good therapist, I know that it's not a shame to ask for help. As I took several meetings, we talked about my wife, kid, house and daily life. It was all about getting access to my inner feelings. So finally my coach asked me, if you would be me, Alex, if you would be the therapist and would ask the question, what is your decision, Alex? What would be the answer of your client? At that moment, there was no need for me to think about. I simply smiled all over and at the same time saying, we'll meet in Barbados.
Alex goes Barbados!
Barbados for real.
Well, the emotional decision had been made, and the feeling finally matched my thoughts. But one further step had to be taken to finalize the therapeutic process. I had to answer the question what I will do when I have to go through hard times, when I hesitate or even doubt if my decision was right. In psychology, we call that anchoring a feeling. And sometimes it's a real hard work to find out what is an appropriate anchor. But in my case, I just took some colored pens, a sheet of paper, and within a few seconds, not speaking a single tone, I was drawing the Barbadian national flag and wrote the words, "You are home." So this is a letter to me, and I will put it into an envelope and keep it closed until I need it, until my fears and my thoughts race to a panic. And then I will take it out and read, "This is home. Barbados is home, the place I do belong." So, this is the envelope. But since my coaching ended, I have had not a single second, not a simple thought about even just putting it out from the place where I have put it. And as things are proceeding, I will not need to take it out until I live in Barbados. Any thoughts about that? Then let me know down in the comments.
Alex goes Barbados!
Barbados for real.